Pump it up. Pump it up.
You get that on camera? That's a different kind of video. This is a really easy one-pan dish, and it's got some great flavor from the apple cider that we're gonna be using, as well as some glazed radishes that are kind of unexpectedly spicy and a delicious addition to the dish. Hi, I'm Chelsea Fadda, the executive chef at Pecan Café in Austin, Texas. Today we're gonna be making cider brined pork chops with glazed radishes and apples. For this dish, you're gonna need 2 bone-in pork chops, fresh thyme, a few radishes, an apple. I like a gala apple or pink lady, garlic, some hard cider, brown sugar, canola oil, salt, pepper, and some Maldon salt to finish. To get started, we're gonna build our marinade. I'm gonna start with 2 cloves of garlic. Just peel them. We've got our garlic in the bowl. Now we're gonna add about 3/4 of this cider. It's probably gonna be like a 1.5 cups. We really just need enough to cover them. Go in with some pepper, about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. This is gonna add some good color to our pork chops when we sear them. A couple sprigs of thyme, and probably the equivalent of about 2 tablespoons of salt. I just wanna mix this all together. This is kind of like a brine. The liquid of this will replace the liquid inside of the pork chops and add a delicious apple cidery flavor that goes all the way through. We've got 2 bone-in pork chops. These are actually cut in the porterhouse style. So they have a loin on one side and the tenderloin on the other. It's gonna give some pretty interesting texture. It's a little firmer on this side, and the tenderloin side is much more tender. These cook up great in the pan. They're nice and thick. Just wanna submerge them in our marinade and let them sit like this for about an hour before we cook them. All right, while our pork chops are marinating, we're gonna get the vegetables prepped. So we'll start with these radishes. Just gonna cut a few of them in half. I like cooking with radishes because they are slightly spicy and they keep their firmness. Sometimes I think turnips get a little bit mushy, so these are gonna stay nice and crunchy for us when we glaze them. Just gonna cut these apples into little wedges so they can get seared in with our pork chops when we're ready to bring this dish together. I like to use a gala or a pink lady apple because they are sweet and tart, and they'll maintain their firmness from being seared. They're not gonna get all mealy like other apple might. To get started, we're gonna heat up our pan to about medium-high heat. Once the pan's hot, we're gonna add some oil. Let that get warm. We've removed our chops from the brine. We're gonna get ready to sear them. These will take 3 to 4 minutes on each side. We want to make sure we get some good caramelization before we flip them over. These have a great sear, so we're ready to flip them. And after that flip, we're gonna add the apples and radishes. We'll just add them right into the pan with the pork chops. After another minute, we're gonna flip our apples, add a little bit of the butter and the cider, and keep basting. The cider will help thicken the sauce. We're gonna wanna baste everything as we go. Basting is gonna help keep these pork chops super juicy and glaze the vegetables. All right, now we're ready to plate. You can just arrange these nicely on a platter. These apples have really picked up all the glaze in the pan. This is a super easy one-pan meal. You get to make a delicious little sauce all at the same time. So you can see it only took a couple minutes to really whip it up. All right, this looks great. Let's go in for a bite. I got a big bite. That's delicious. This is great. The tangy cider sauce pairs so well with the pork. You can really taste it in the glazed apples and radishes as well. It's really picked up on some of the spicy radish flavor, and the brine has made its way all the way through the chops, so they are perfectly seasoned all the way through. This is what I really love about this dish. There's very little prep work that goes into it, and you get so much flavor out of it. Once again, I'm Chelsea Fadda, executive chef at Pecan Café in Austin, Texas. We just made some cider brined pork chops with apples and radishes. Thanks for watching.